is up, chat?
What is up, everyone? Welcome to Mechs on Deck. It is Tuesday, October 19th. Oh,
What up, PPP?
what up?
Jesus, dude, we're already getting goddamn dog barking the second the fucking.
Hey, you're good. It didn't come through. It didn't come through.
There we go.
Brez, thank you for the tier 1 for 26 months.
Fuck, dude.
Damn. That's a couple babies worth. And
we're getting close.
yeah,
27. That's the 3 babies.
yeah, right. And then Roadies, thank you for the 2 months. Appreciate it. Yeah, boomer status. I was joking with Quakeums and some other guys last night about how we're talking just about the community last night. And how like it really does feel like we're just keyboard boomers these days. Like I don't feel like they're that old. I don't feel like I'm that old in the community.
But I also feel like there has been an influx of younger people coming into the hobby, which is great because younger people are going to kind of help push things forward, of course. But I feel like you and I kind of have blinders to that a lot. Like I talked to Alex Odos a lot about this, and you and I kind of have blinders because our general audience is older.
Right.
And where like Odos talked to me, I was like, oh, I deal with a lot of like high schoolers, like from a lot in Discords and stuff like that, where
yeah,
we're an older group. And Top Clap's kind of the same way, where it's kind of the older generation. And yeah, so it's like on top of being in the hobby for a long time, we're also at the higher end of the age gap.
which is weird to think because we're like not even 30 yet. Also, Cedar, thank you for the 4 months. Appreciate it. Prime Gaming. Oof.
I'm gaming.
Yeah. How you doing?
Dude.
How was your week? How was your weekend?
The weekend was short but good. Today sucked. I'll be honest. It's just been a day. It's one of those. We have a new. For those who don't know, I deal with. That sounds bad. I teach children with special needs, and we got a new kiddo in who does not speak English, only Spanish, and that has its difficulties. So it's just one of those things where CF Kaner, for those who don't know, is my coworker, and it was. I walked in at the end of the day and I was like, today is one of those days where you try and fight back and the day just punches you right. Like every time you have a response, the day just knows exactly where to hit you to make it hurt the worst. So yeah, people first language, of course, always. So but other than that, it's been chill. My good boy Finn, he woke me up at 3:30 this morning, whining. So I've been up since 3:30.
Did he have to like go out or something? Or
Yeah, he was just up and whining, and I was like, I don't want to piss off my wife by having this dog unendingly whine. So I was up, and whenever I wake up in the morning, it's like impossible to get me to go back to sleep.
Yeah, that's like the worst when you're like, because I'm the same way too. If I wake up in the middle of the night, it's like, unless I wake up at like 2 a.m.
Yeah, where
I
it's like
can't
early
get back to
enough.
sleep because even if I do, I'm like, if I wake up at 2 a.m., I'm back asleep at like 5.
Yeah.
But
For me, it's like, because now it may have been different if he had not whined,
yeah,
but the fact that he started whining, I was like, I'm not going to be able to sleep. He's going to wake me up. But I also woke up like I jolted up. But we went to sleep at like fucking 9:30.
so you
Which
got decent.
I got good sleep, but that was another problem, is that like my body's used to getting 6.5 hours ish around that time. So when I woke up, I was like, oh, okay, I'm well rested. But then by the time I got to work, I was like, oh, I'm fucking tired.
Yeah,
That and my belt buckle of like 5 years just like exploded this morning.
that's never fun.
So I had to walk around without a belt on all day, which was annoying as hell. It was just a day. How was your day? Hopefully it was better than mine.
It was good. It was it's good. It's works good. It's a little slow right now. I think just people gearing up.
For the holiday push.
Yeah, a lot of gearing up for holidays. We're getting ready. The company that I work for is getting ready to launch a new website, so we're doing a lot of work on that stuff, which is definitely interesting. And I just realized I forgot to do something for that before I left, so that'll be fun tomorrow. I'm gonna have to get in maybe a little early to do that. But but yeah, a lot of like tasks that are like definitely those things that you're like, this is not something that is like directly like my job, but I need to do because it's a small business and everyone has to chip in where needed. But
I'm
no,
doing
it's
my
good.
part.
Yeah, exactly. Right. What is that
Fucking
from?
spaceship troopers, man.
That's right. That's right.
That's a classic. That's a classic, man. We need to watch that movie sometime.
Dude.
All right. What is
Yes.
on your desk and what did you get in the mail? And did you get any mail? I don't know if you got any mail. If you did,
I didn't, but you did. So
I did.
I'll
I
go
got two
first.
things.
So I newsflash, changed the keyboard.
Oh, shit.
It happened today.
Oh, there it is.
Switch back. We're going back to the Baka 60 with GMK olive and yeah, OD green Cerakote Baka. This has got the Anubis switches in it. With the 69-gram symmetric springs. Dude, I was thinking about it the other night and I was like, what are my like favorite sets that I have? And olive is a set that I really do enjoy looking at. I really enjoy the set. Oh hey, there's a whole bunch of shit going on outside of my apartment.
Is your apartment on fire again?
It's not. Trust me, you would know because it's very loud. But yeah, olive. It's very good, man. It's just like it's clean. It's understated. I was talking about it on the stream the other day when I was putting Metaverse on the 7V of like how I've kind of shifted from liking the louder sets to something that's maybe a little bit more classic, muted, like not bright colors. I guess that's also being a boomer, being a little bit of a boomer. But yeah, no mail, just a new board on the desk. What about you?
Hell yeah. I am using the zoomer. Oh, it's your face is covering. I'll see if I can. Rainbows.
Oh my gosh.
This hasn't left my desk. It probably will after tonight's stream, because I was like, oh, I should like use one of my other 8 keyboards that I use all the time. But yeah, this is the Baka 60 polycarbonate edition. So with an anodized black aluminum weight. I switch during the day. I leave the lights off, but at night I definitely go full gamer mode.
You embrace the rigids.
You know it. And then the PCBs update. The PCBs are going to be shipped out either tomorrow or Thursday. I forgot what day it was. Tomorrow or Thursday. So should be soon. I think the bags should be coming soon. So hopefully we can get that. You know, the PCBs are coming to me, and the best part about those PCBs is they're ANSIs, so they already work. So I just throw them in the bag and ship them all out and enjoy. So I got that mail, a different plate.
Ooh.
So this is send, cut, send. The other one was a forced 625, and I was like, fuck that shit.
What is that for?
This is, oh, sorry. For those who don't know, this is a Hive 60. I built this for a friend. I don't know if I talked about this last week or not. I built this for Hellbent, and then he hit me up and he's like, I want to sell it. And I told him after, I was like, hey, if you ever want to sell this board, like, I'm very interested. And then he hit me up and he was like, I want to sell this board. I was like, all right, man, sweet. So got this. I'll be building this soon. I think I'm gonna go with the hippos.
Ooh.
The hippos. I think it'll be a nice sound. But more exciting. God, I hope these didn't. I took a picture of it because that, but perestroika.
Perestroika.
This set looks incredible.
GMK sets do exist.
They do exist. I will. It looks so good.
Yeah, it does.
Like that maroon red is so dark and rich and like holy fuck. I can't wait to get this. It looks really good on polycarb, so I'm thinking this might go on my bumper. Or I might change it up and throw it on the Baka.
Ooh.
It's because it looked good when I placed it on the Baka. Like I placed 4 or 5 caps. I was like, fuck, that looks lit. So Perestroika. Very excited about that set because it's one that I've been looking forward to for quite some time. So, but outside of that, I did not get any keyboard mail. But I will say this stream is brought to you by some awesome sponsors and partners. We are sponsored by OmniType, Project Keyboard, Canon Keys, and Kinetic Labs, and we are partnering with Zap Cables, Type B, Smith & Root, and 3D Keys. We will hear more from them later. We do have Mech Mauler coming on later. I reached out to him actually like fucking yesterday. So thank you, Mech Mauler, for the short notice. But I was like, oh, I want to get someone on that went to the Keyboard Meetup, get him on, talk to him, because while it happened, we wanted to go, just wasn't in the cards, especially with COVID. We didn't know, and we don't do this full time. You know, Eric and I were talking about like, oh, it's cool that people who do like full time keyboard stuff can do that. Like that's dope because that's part of it, but it would be difficult for me to have to. I would feel guilty if I got COVID because I went up to a keyboard meetup and I had to go tell my boss at my school that has nothing to do with keyboards. Yeah. That I went to a meetup and got COVID. Like that, it would just be an awkward conversation. So.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I'm really excited for that. I saw some pictures from it. It looks like it was a really good time, and there's a lot of really cool boards. So I'm excited to talk to him about that and his experience at the meetup. I don't know. I also have to ask him too if he did any of the breakouts, because there were some pretty cool breakouts. I'm interested to hear about that, as well as all of the Novel Keys stuff and seeing their offices and whatnot. Yeah, it definitely does feel bad, but safety is 100% a priority. Also, Morgantown's like kind of a hard city to get to.
Yeah. I heard there was some difficulties of people.
Yeah, I think Apiary and Neflock got, like, their flight got canceled. Yeah. So they had to stay for a little bit. So, but yeah.
It'd be like that sometimes, though. But for those who don't know, usually I come to Eric with a topic, but Eric created the topic tonight.
Ayo.
So we got an Eric episode. So introduce it.
Okay. All right. So, and this stems from a discussion I was having the other night. And it's just talking about how just overall
shocked face.
Thank
Cyrusode.
Thank you, Doc Nick, for the 1 year sub. Appreciate it. So it seems like in recent months, especially over the last like 6 to 10 months, I guess we'll say almost the whole year, that the community has been seemingly not purchasing as much. Things are getting a little bit smaller. We went from in 2020, which obviously is a little bit inflated by things like stimulus. A lot of key sets, a lot of boards were doing insanely well. Multiple thousands of key sets, multiple thousands of things, hundreds and hundreds of boards. Everything was gone immediately. Whereas now things are kind of slowing down. And is the community getting smaller? Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? So we'll talk a little bit about that tonight.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm just shitting on .Nick. I feel bad. Mainly because I'm the fucking patron saint of typos. Yeah. So, so first off, I know fucking. I'm very well aware of the buying community this year, especially this year compared to last year. Running two very similar group buys at two not sort of, but I ran the Squid in July of 2020 and sold every board that I needed to sell. 70 boards sold. I got more than that. There are 88 squids, for those who don't know. I kind of stopped caring about the number, but it's like I don't care unless people ask me, then I'm like, fuck you. I need to tell you. There are 88 squids in existence. 85 of them are technically the same. 3 of them have a special weight. So there was that, and then I bought. So those numbers hit, right? And so I ran the Baca 60 polycarb at the exact same price point, and that did not. That was a cap at 100, and I honestly thought I was going to hit that number, and it didn't. I sold. Now I'm happy because I sold 69, which nice.
Shut it down. We hit the number.
Shut it down. Which I guess technically, I mean, that's one less. And some people were like, "Oh, I don't understand. It's plastic, so therefore it must be cheaper." It's not. Polycarbonate. It's expensive. Baca 70. I know that did not sell as well. Obviously, an expensive board. It's a new layout. It's a layout people didn't understand because it's like there's an F rope, but there's no fucking arrow keys. New board means new PCB. So it didn't do nearly as well as I thought it would. And I've just seen across the board. I talked about this with Jay from Prototypist. Boards are not selling as well as they did in 2020. And it kind of sucks on the consumer side of things. I think now. Or not consumer, but the seller side of things. But even talked about this recently. Some things are having a harder time hitting, even on fucking Mech Market. I'm having a harder time selling boards than I used to, which I used to be able to just put it up and it was gone immediately. So
yeah, and it definitely feels like an interesting time. Also, Starstone, thank you for the 25 months. Appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
I feel like. And this is what I said to you is, are people being more selective on their purchases right now? I think probably so. I think wait times have a big factor into that. A lot of people they're almost purchased out and they haven't received anything. I think that's the big thing is when you have someone who's invested thousands upon thousands, like say someone put in $5,000 last year and they've received maybe 1 or 2 of those products that they spent that, of that $5,000 they spent. It definitely gets a little bit taxing, when you're like, I don't want to keep spending money if I'm still not getting what I paid for a year ago. And like even specifically with key sets have been, I haven't received most of the sets that I purchased in 2020. if not all of them. I think only like I've received
But
one
Moto Light.
Moto Light, and then Modern Dolch, which in reality, those are the ones you would expect to get sooner because they're the larger sellers, right? And those were pretty much already almost color matched from the get-go. I feel like it's one of those things people are maybe looking at it and being like, I'm just waiting for something that really strikes a chord with me, because a lot of the things that are popping off, a lot of things that are really sought after right now are boards like the Frog, which is a fantastic board, but it's a fantastic board because it's at a crazy price point for what you get. You know,
Yeah.
things like the Baka Neko selling out regularly. The Brutalist boards sell pretty well, all because they're at a price point that's a little bit more attainable and they're ready to go, right?
Yeah, and there's so many different factors too, because you have other things like there's a weird stigma about mounting options, and like, so there's two things. There's an excess amount of budget friendly boards. I don't want to call them budget boards, but budget friendly boards that are still very good. And there's also an excess amount of high end boards. There's a lot of people up their games. There are really good keyboards in this hobby, all across, right? If you're a 65% user, congratulations, you have options. Where there are certain boards that will not see as much of a hype that might need to be more expensive. Like, there are boards that people are not going to get as many of due to them going, well, I can get this, but I can get the exact same layout with just a few cut corners and save $200. So, why would if I'm looking top down in it, and if I'm new, I'm buying one of these budget friendly boards, right? I'm buying it in K65. If I've found out through, attempted to sell my bumper for a little bit. I actually wound up deciding against selling it. But a lot of people go, I'm waiting on too many boards right now that are like super high end. And I get that. Like, we're all waiting for these boards. Like the Iron 180 hasn't been shipped out yet. It's going to very soon. I know they're QCing them, but the Iron 180 hasn't been shipped out yet. The Bauer 2s are just now getting into the people's hands. People are waiting for the Bauer Light. Like, those are all very high-end boards. Key Colts are slowly churning out. The JO1 boards are shipping out. The JO2 boards recently shipped out. People are waiting on their Satisfaction 75. These are all super hype boards that are not in people's hands yet.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
And so when you try and sell all these other things that are not Sat 75, Key Colt, Bauer, Iron, when you're trying to sell something that's not that hasn't been proven yet, it becomes a lot more difficult.
Yeah. Well, and it also feels like there's not, like, the trends haven't been as strong this year. Like a new trend hasn't hit the same way. You look back, 2019 was like when gaskets really started hit, and like by the end of 2019, gaskets really were in everything. Everything needed to be gasket mounted. And then in 2020, we saw, with the rise of the Satisfaction 75 at the end of the year, the knob, the screen, like that became a thing in 2020. It seemed like everything had a knob of some sort or a screen on it. There's not really that this year. It doesn't feel like, at least. It feels like
it's stagnant a little bit. It's a little I mean, everything still's gasket, and there are some boards that are really good with gaskets, and there's some boards that aren't. But what I've tried to do, and what I've been looking at when I look at boards, is what does this board do really well? What is this board trying to do? To me, this is my personal opinion. To me, there are too many boards trying to appease too many people, which that's like fucking Patient Zero is the GMMK Pro. I have nothing personally against it, but that board's trying to scratch so many itches that you lose a lot of like value in it. You lose a lot of like, well, what's this board trying to do? Oh, it's trying to make all these people that have never typed on a keyboard happy. Well, I've heard rough things about the gaskets. I know you've cut corners on a couple things, like with the stamp cut plate and stuff like that. But to me, if a board is trying to do something and trying to do it really, really well, that's what I like more. If it doesn't have gaskets, okay, I don't care. What are you trying to accomplish? You know, one of my favorite boards is the Crown TKL, which is very similar to kind of like the OG Jane, where it's a top mount, but it's a really fucking good top mount. It sounds really good. It's got a nice stiff plate. It's hefty. Like that's what I want out of this board. That's what everyone wants to know. But I feel like sometimes, kind of like a 60% standard plate, when you look at a plate and there's all these openings and you have a PCB that's Swiss cheese because you're trying to make everybody happy, you wind up making a lesser product.
Yeah. Yeah. And then as far as like the key set side of it, right? I think there are a lot of people, and Top Clack, we're not talking about you, but we're talking about the discussion we kind of had last night. And he brought up this point of like people are probably being a little bit more, you know, selective or just not outright not purchasing GMK right now just because they don't want to wait, right? Like we don't see as many sets that are selling insane numbers, and if there are, it's like a round two, right? Like round twos are the ones that are being uber successful.
Bubble is bursting.
Thank you, Top Plaque, for the for the 23 months.
Le bouble.
But
it's deflating.
But it's one of those things too. It's like people are exactly what Hellbent just said. They're like, if I'm gonna wait that long, I'll just wait to buy it. I'll just wait to buy the aftermarket price. And they're just willing to wait for extras if they have to wait, rather than, you know, being out the money and all the time. Because we're at the point now where SP was when SA dropped off and GMK became the king. But one of the things that I said to you is like the positives of things like this happening, right? We're obviously having a ton of GMK sets, so like I think the overall set numbers that they're having to produce are probably lower than what it was last year. It's just distributed across more sets. But maybe this will give them a chance to maybe catch up a little bit. If they're not having to run the machines as long, they can crank out, you know, the sets, they can crank out things, get those new machines up and running. We can get that wait time down. So I'm not saying boycott GMK right now, but I mean, hey, vendors, if you want to maybe run some other stuff for a little bit.
Not a bad time. With key sets, I get the aftermarket thing, because also the aftermarket's kind of slowing down a little bit, just a little bit,
which is
like
fine.
It's
like it was overinflated anyway.
It's cooling off some. But yeah, I mean, at this point, you know, I'm waiting on, I think at least one GMK set. I think only one at this point. And I'm just trying to, I know I'm waiting on Daisy, or Dandy, whichever one, the all green version of Daisy Dandy. So, but I'm like, I'm personally at the point where it's like, I've been in the hobby for a long time. I have a lot of stuff. Like, at what point do I need to start sending stuff the opposite direction? It's EPBT, not fun. Why did I say finer things? Whatever. EPBT Dix DD decline. I can't, dude. It's been a day. Yeah. EPBT DD decline.
Arizona green tea.
Aesthetic. Yes, aesthetic. Thank you. I don't know how I forgot it with the campaign advertisements. Anyway, but there are sets that, you know, when you're kind of in the, I've been around for 2-3 years and you have a lot of stuff, or you've had that access to a lot of stuff, you don't mind waiting as much. But yeah, when you tell someone, you know, I had my sort of brother-in-law. He was like, I need a set to get me to 8008 too, because I ordered 8008 too, and it's not going to be here for a little bit. And I was like, yeah, like I completely understand your frustration, because this hobby is set up to where, you know, when you're trying to get someone into something. He got a Squid 60 that delivered in January. He ordered 8008 2 in December, I believe, is when that ran. It's going to be a long time still. It'll be over a year before he gets. It'll be over a year before he gets the full setup that he wants, and that's hard to tell people when you're already saying, "Hey, you gotta," you know, with these group buy boards, we're starting to kind of move away from group buys. I think that's kind of where the trend might be going, where it's like, "Hey, I don't want to wait." You know, it kind of makes me go, do I want to get with a vendor and go, hey, let's order 50 Bakas, like Baka 60s, like a board. I would still do group buy for a first round board, but for like a board that, like the Baka 60, that's already kind of proven itself to be a board that people enjoy, be like, hey, let's just buy 50. Let's just let's see if we can upfront the money, because I'm sure that we can get that money back with a small order like 50.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Because I'd rather have something. It would be easier to be like, hey, here they are. They're fucking here. You give us money. We slap a shipping label. It's out the door.
Yeah. I mean, that was like the whole thing behind the Brutalist line, is like reasonably priced, in stock, ready to go. Let's do it, you know? And we're even seeing that with keycaps, right? Like the Canon cap stuff, the Kinetic Labs PBT caps, which is cool. But I don't know. I think it could be good to help, like, the community kind of shrinking down a little bit can kind of make it to where the community stabilizes in some way. It also, I feel like one of the biggest things that has always been the bane of the existence of vendors is purchasing extras, right? Like you want to purchase enough that it's like, you don't want to, obviously you never want to have like inventory of something, right? You don't want to keep, you know, dead stock of things that are just not selling. But for the longest time, it was, the community was growing at such a pace, and the buying power of the community was increasing so much that by the time a board or a key set was ordered and then shipped, the community was like twice the size, or you know, 30% bigger, that it all of a sudden was, you know, the amount that they ordered of extras was never enough. So now, if everything is getting a little bit more stable, and we're able to kind of like understand what the actual market is, with some small fluctuations, to be able to like actually purchase, you know, extras of sets, and like understand, you know, how much to purchase, that people can go and buy a GMK set, you know, 2 weeks after it came out.
Dude, rip the people that ordered extras like January, February 2020. That were like, okay, I think the hobby's going to be here.
Right.
In a year. Like, rip those people. So it's, I think it's a good thing, though. At the end of the day, it sucks, because at the end of the day, I think it's a good thing. While for someone like me, like, I would have loved to sell more Baka 70s. That would have been great. One, just to get more Baka 70s in people's hands. And two, yes, it would have made me more money, which would have made me happy, because guess what? I enjoy getting paid for things that I work hard on. But I think that we're going to start seeing, how can I push this further? How can I make my board more sellable? Like, what can I do to make my board better, or offer it at a less expensive price? Or what can I do to really distinguish this board from other boards to have higher quality group buys? Yeah, that's exactly, Donick, exactly. But it's just, to me, it's one of those, it's the trade-off. Like, it's going to suck for some people who want to see their boards get designed. But is a payoff because we're either like we have the options, right? Someone said earlier the KVD 67 light, the Bauer light that's going to come out, the Tofu still an amazing board at the price. All the Brutalist line boards, those are all great boards. And when someone comes up to me and goes, I have $250, $350 to spend on just a keyboard, like I've got the caps, I've got the switches, I've got $300, I'm going to point them at a Brutalist because I'm going to be like, hey, wait a month and it'll come back in stock. I mean, you can go get in on this group buy if you like, but this person's new and they might not be, you don't know exactly. It's a group buy, so it might take 7 months, or you wait 1 month and then you buy it and then it's at your doorstep. Like, I'm going to suggest that before I suggest a group buy. Maybe that's more like pro big business in the keyboard hobby, even though everything's fucking small business in the keyboard hobby. That might be more big business, but I'm like, you're probably going to be just as happy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think what Starstone said is right too. Like smaller, more niche boards. I think you're going to see a lot of boards that are maybe more not necessarily private. We've said that before, of like more private buys, but you'll see smaller stuff, maybe smaller runs. They might be a little bit more expensive just because it's a lower MOQ. And you'll see those lesser expensive boards or the mid-range boards in the $300 to $500 range or $300 to $400 range that are that still do really, really well. And then you'll occasionally have like a banger high-end board that comes out. I don't know. I think, like you said, I think it'll be good. I think the community will be fine. There's always going to be more people. There's always going to be new people coming in looking at things. And I've said this before too, of like, I wonder how many people bought something last year or spent a lot of money last year, sitting here a year later, don't give a fuck about keyboards anymore. And they haven't gotten anything like that. I feel bad for those people who are like, serial hobbyists that kind of move in and out of stuff. And then they're kind of out their money because maybe they didn't 100% know what they were getting themselves into. But hey, it is what it is.
It is. Dominic brings up a great point. Says, do you also think maybe that people getting into the budget-friendly boards right now may seek mid-range late soon? These boards good enough to satisfy most needs? Potentially, but I think that we're going to see that on Mech Market. I think it wouldn't surprise me if in 2022 it would be really easy to pick up some of these boards and they're going to shoot up because guess what? Bauers are coming. Bauer lights are coming. You'll see boards like the irons. Those are going to sell. There's about to be 1,400 Satisfaction 75s, V2s running around. Those are going to go like crazy on Mech Market. Like, I think we will see that, but I don't see that affecting group buys. If it does, it's not going to be a massive thing. I think you might see a small little uptick, but I don't see it as being this like, cool, everyone likes mid-range boards now. Like, yeah. So like I plan on probably running the Baka 60, like the metal version, like just like the Squid 60, but Baka. I plan on running that in 2022. So I guess I can be your scapegoat of like, okay, cool, here's a mid-range board at this price. We'll see what it can do. Like, I'll do my best on that. And I'm curious. I am genuinely curious to know, is this going to be like, how well is this going to do compared to the past few years?
Yeah.
Of running this board. Because then I'll have run it 4 separate times in 4 different years. And who knows? It could dwindle down even more because people could look at a board like that and go, well, I'd rather just get that, because mid-range is a tricky place because you have to convince people that much money, here's what I have. This is why you have to spend more money on this board, and this is why you'll like this more than the biggest competition, the Brutal 60. It's a very similar board. You can get the same layout. You can get a plate for it. Is the Baka that much better? I don't know. I haven't used a Baka, a Brutal 60, but the Baka Neko? Yeah, that's a tough question when it's a third the price.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing is like with boards like the Baka, that's like a simple board in by design, right? Like that was the thing is you designed it to be not like it's not really it's a no frills board, right?
Yeah.
Those frills start to come down price wise. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. We'll see. It'll be good.
I'll keep you updated.
It'll be a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it'll be interesting. We'll see. We'll see what happens with it. I think the community will be in a very different place. You're gonna have people who are gonna get out of it, that got real into it last year. You're gonna see new people coming in. Like if you don't follow news of like esports, 100 Thieves bought a brand that makes like custom keyboards. They're not really, they're just like a hot swap 60% that are not crazy expensive, but I mean are pretty like hype beast oriented, which I think is good, honestly, for the community, because I think it'll get a little bit more exposure to the custom aspect and get people down the rabbit hole. So we'll see.
Yeah, and Ninja Pirate, I agree with you. There are boards that I'm like, this is a really expensive board, and I don't care about it. And there are boards that I'm like Bakaneko is one of them, where I'm like, this board is $130 and fucking slaps at $130.
Starstone, you're right. You're right. 100%.
Yeah. I would say almost. I would almost say most.
I don't know if I would say that, but I would say there's a decent amount.
Yeah. I want to show something off real quick before we get Mech Mauler on.
Okay.
I'm wearing my Chewy socks today.
I low-key thought you were gonna say you shaved your legs.
Oh no. But I'm wearing my here. I can show them off. I've got a foot cam.
Oh, you do, yeah.
Damn.
Oh, a little chewy.
My wife got me these.
Boom.
Look at that.
Big chew.
That's commitment to the name. Sorry. All right, we're gonna be right back. We're gonna go grab Mech Mauler, and come back and talk some the Keyboard Meetup. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everyone. Dave and myself are joined by Mr. Mech Mauler. Sorry.
Mech Mauler. We fucked up the name.
It's okay.
And then you smush.
Fellow keyboard streamer and one of few attenders of the Keyboard Meetup that I was familiar with going. So I'm really excited to talk about that. But how you doing, first and foremost?
Good, man. Good. Fall hit here like a fucking Mack truck, and it's like 50 degrees out. So that was a culture
Please.
shock when I came back.
That was the weekend that like we had. It was like 50 in the morning over the weekend, and
Mhm.
I just like stood up for a second.
Dude, it's been beautiful the last couple days out here in Dallas.
It really has, surprisingly. So, but as we as starting this new setup, tell us about the keyboard you're typing on this week.
I am typing on my Think V2. I recently rebuilt it with a palm plate and Duroc palm switches.
Ooh,
Yeah, it is flexy.
that's
How do
all
you
the palm.
how do you like the palm on palm?
I like it a lot, actually, like more than I thought. And I'm spring swapping all of my switches now, so they got the thick thock progressive springs in there, and it's even more bouncy, and I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Is that your
Dude.
first palm plate build?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
palm switches too.
Nice. Yeah. Palm.
Still need to get
palm's so
still need to
good.
get a Baca palm plate cut
Dude.
one day.
Yes.
Did you go to that place I told you to go to?
I have it. I just haven't physically done it.
Got you.
I have it like in our conversations. So,
Mm.
so for those who don't know, the Keyboard Meetup, this is kind of the first. It wasn't huge as far as I saw. It wasn't huge, but it was a meetup, like an actual like bigger meetup than just like the local ones that we've seen. But the Keyboard Meetup was hosted by Novel Keys. This is the first time we've seen like where it's like, hey, come to our fucking store, which is crazy that that's a thing. And Mech Mauler went, reached out to him just literally yesterday and was like, hey, I want to bring someone on to talk about it because unfortunately we weren't able to go. We're hoping to get up to a next big one, hopefully in 2022 when things calm down. But how was it, man? How was just getting there? I heard that was a trip in itself.
So I did not fly directly into Morgantown. I flew into Pittsburgh, and I drove from Pittsburgh to Morgantown. It's about an hour and 20 minutes, and the speed limit everywhere is like 70 miles an hour.
Oh, that's
so
not bad.
it just flew. But I knew a bunch of people who flew into Morgantown, and they had to sit on like a little 12-person plane, and they had to weigh themselves and their luggage to get on first. I know Artisan Labs had to do that, and he actually got like a 5-hour layover in Pittsburgh or something like that.
That's like not even. That's like barely a flight from Morgantown to Pittsburgh. That sucks.
It was half the price, like the plane ticket. It was so worth it.
Yeah, yeah. Flying into those tiny airports is always crazy expensive. My grandparents lived in Savannah, Georgia, and it's like the same thing. One terminal airport.
Mhm.
It's like it was always just like if you can afford it, fly into Atlanta, drive down.
Exactly,
because it's way cheaper.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So, when did I assume you showed up Friday? When did the meetup like actually happen? And you know, like how many people do you think were there too?
Oh, definitely not full. There was a lot of no shows. Like a lot of bags still sitting on the table. I think a lot of people like kind of last minute canceled all their plans. I know Artisan Labs and a buddy of ours, they got their hotel at the Hotel Morgan the day of because people had canceled.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so a lot of people showed up Friday, went out Friday night, hung out, meet people. So that was kind of like when it really started. Like if you knew people were coming, you all met up on Friday. And then Saturday started at 11 o'clock, went till about 5. Novel Keys invited people who weren't signed up to go to their shop to go to their shop. They're just like, anybody who wants to go. Unfortunately, me and Artisan Labs and the people we were with did not hear that, so we missed
Oh.
It was so unfortunate, but we still went by later, and all the lights were on. We got to see inside, got to check out their space. It is really cool to see like a custom keyboard shop now, like a storefront, like brick and mortar. It was. I can't describe the feeling because it's like I never thought I'd see it.
Yeah. I know some people that have been to the TX shop in Korea, and they had the similar things to say about that, of like how it's just crazy to see that. Was this your first like bigger meetup?
First meetup, period.
Oh wow. What a way to start.
I joined the hobby fall of 2019. COVID hit in March.
Damn.
Yeah, I was gonna go to a New York City one and got canceled, and then so did KeyCon.
Dude, I'm still mad about KeyCon. I mean, it needed to get canceled, but
yeah,
unfortunate. So tell me about, like, you know, I know we got to experience the meetup via Apiary and Teja's Instagram stories, but we saw obviously Omnitype was there, Novel Keys, of course, Upos and Kinetic Keys was there. What other vendors were there?
Zap Cables and Keybolt, and that was it, really. At least for like vendors that had things to like products to show off and things to talk about and sell. I saw some designers. Met Tyson, who is an incredibly nice guy. Dotnik was there. He went home with one of one key cult.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty. It's very pretty. Yeah, but that was kind of it though. Not a lot of vendors were there. Key Labs was there. No, not Key Labs. Clack Keys. Clack Keys was there. Really nice guy. Yeah, that was kind of it. There wasn't a lot of vendors there.
Did you see anything like of all the boards that were there? Was there anything that you're like super stoked on, and things that you were like, now after the meetup you're like, I need to get my hands on either this set or this board?
Oh yeah, GMK Dracula. There's a couple of those. And I gotta find the name of it because I'm blanking. It's Omnitype's TKL.
Oh, Schofield.
Schofield.
Yes. He showed that off. I saw the butt and I was like, okay, I need this in my life. And he said there's probably not going to be another 2 or 3 years until that board comes into reality. That was so sad.
That board's been in like a long time. I think that he started Schofield before Bauer, I think.
Yeah, he had said he's had the proto for 2 or 3 years. Same with the Bauer X, just as long.
Yeah. How was the Bauer X?
Beautiful. Like, it was black with a red back weight.
Yeah. Built with with a 60 with no Afro PCB. I have to ask. So I think someone said, was there a baka or squid at this meetup?
I brought my squid, and Zap Cables brought his baka.
Oh, you saw his green one?
Yeah, we call the two-toned one.
We call it the Bucka 60 because it's a Milwaukee Buck theme. Oh man, that's cool. I built the Bucka 60, and that's still probably like one of my top 5 favorite builds because I think it had creams in it.
It does.
And it was a really good sounding boy, and that's like one of the OG ones.
Yeah, I saw the Cedar Coat, the black weight with the number on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the OG black weight.
Hell yeah. Honestly, that's kind of where I got the idea from too, of getting the Cerakote, not Cerakote, but the anodized black weight on this. Did you meet Teja Types?
I did, and he is incredibly nice.
Yeah, he is.
He's super nice.
Super nice. He talked to everybody. Anybody who walked up to him and say hi, he gave time to, and he talked to, and he took photos with, or like he even signed some people's keyboards. He did. That's think not I was uncommon. Mech Merlin for a half second though, because I wrote on my name tag Mech Mauler, and he read it wrong. And I was like, yeah, no, we are not the same person.
Yeah. Well, luckily he's met Mech Merlin multiple times.
Yeah.
So you're good there. Yeah, it's weird to see. Like, I was kind of taken aback when we went to NorCal in 2019. It was like weird for me to see people walk up to him and ask them to sign their keyboards.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? But it's crazy. He's a celebrity in our community.
I'll still never forget, because Eric was standing right there. I was talking to him. I was talking to him about Zycos. This is like 3 months after I had initially discovered Zycos, and I was like, hey man, like, you should try this at some point. And some dude literally stepped in front of me like mid conversation. It was like, sign my keyboard. And like, he was super nice, and like he was, I wasn't by any means mad at Teja for like this guy. Obviously, if he'd been like, I'm talking to someone, that could have given that guy a bad thing. But I was like, man, you literally can't talk to him for that long, because there's a line of people following him trying to go talk to him. It's like celeb status. So, and I'm sure the same thing with Apiary.
Yeah, Apiary. Yeah, a lot of people want to talk to her. They were all hanging around her. She did her breakout session, and I know a lot of people are excited about that.
What was hers about?
Keyboard tuning, so like stabs, switches, things like that. I didn't go to that one because like I have my methods. I like what I do. Obviously, learning more is great, but I feel like once you get into a groove, you kind of stay in that groove.
I mean, I'll be honest. I don't think I would I might ask her about it just like personally. Maybe that's just a skewed perspective, but like, yeah, when you, it's good to learn for someone that's new, but honestly, forge your own path in that. Yeah. Like Eric and I do stabs very differently. Like I still think Eric does the which way you're that way. I still think Eric makes the best stabs that I've ever typed on that are not specifically tuned for me.
Right.
But that's because I'm weird and like to love you, dude. But I also, put like a gallon of lube on my stabs because I want it creamy as fuck. But that's cool that she was able to do that and like kind of offer like a teaching moment where you can actually go and not just like type on a board and be like, that's really cool. I want my board to be like that, but I have no idea how to do that. Like now you can actually go to some place and be taught how to do it.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to do any of the other breakouts or anything?
The only other one was Tejas and Zap Cables, but Zap Cables was even more limited. They had it down to like 10 or 12 people.
Was he showing people how to make cables?
You got to build the cable.
Oh, that's cool.
That's why they limited it so much, because like he wanted to be able to give people like some individual time to help them.
I wonder how many people didn't finish.
I'm curious about that too. I wonder, since there was a lot of no-shows too, how many people signed up for the breakouts and decided not to come to the meetup but didn't tell anybody, so they kept the cap on without any new people
like opening it back up. Yeah.
Because I would have loved to gone to Tejas, because Tejas was about streaming and content creation, and that's something I'm learning more about. Like I'm doing more photography now. I would have loved to have been there and heard what he had to say. But there's no way to know if everybody who signed up came, and that's annoying.
Yeah, it'll be okay.
All right, we're gonna get into photography. Smile, Mech.
Wow.
Smile. All right, boom. I'll post that on Instagram.
So speaking of that, last time we had you on, you were on the TikTok grind.
Yep.
And getting really into a consistent schedule of streaming. How's everything going on the content creation side? What's life been like as a keyboard content creator?
I've taken a step back from TikTok, actually. So
look at that beautiful face. Sorry. ADD.
Yeah, I'd taken a little bit of a step back from TikTok. I was making daily videos at one point on like upcoming GMK sets or sets that were running, because I feel like TikTok was more clones, or like just like the easier to come by things. So I wanted to educate people if they didn't know where the GMK sets were coming from, to give them that information. But I started to feel bad because the lead times got longer. Like we were looking at a year plus on some of these sets, and I said I couldn't keep doing it because I felt bad that some of these because I have a younger audience, putting money towards something they probably won't see for a year and may not even be in the hobby when it finally comes. So I started to feel bad about it, and some people, they were nice about it and they gave me reassurance that I was putting the good information out there. But then I also got like, oh, I can't afford it, and I don't want to wait a year and a half, or I don't want to wait a year. So I just I stopped doing that and started going back into like kind of funnier content on TikTok and being less educational, which I don't like, but I feel like that's what TikTok is now. It's people don't care about like the important things anymore.
No, they don't, and that's sad. But I mean, it's a younger audience. You have to captivate, and you have to maybe teach through comedy. Who knows? Maybe. Yeah. So we were talking about, I know you were in the chat beforehand, but what we were discussing before was kind of this new wave, this kind of low at this point of there's so many boards. You have a Think V2, right? Mm-hmm. I believe that was the Think V2, and you've been in the hobby for almost 2 years now, so you've kind of you saw what it was right before everything kind of exploded again in 2020.
Yep.
But how do you feel about, if you had to start over right now, like what are you going to grab? Like, are you going to go for that high end, or are you just going to start off with something light?
I think it depends on how old I am and my financial situation. So if I'm a younger guy in the hobby, I'm going Cannon Keys, and I will get a Brewless or a Bakaneko. Because you can't beat those boards and the prices are cheap. And then I would buy one of their PBT sets because they're almost always in stock and they're good quality. But then Novel Keys' upcoming PBT sets, I would steer people in that direction too. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna leak this. They had it at the event, so it's not really it's public information. They had PBT Tarot. You can't tell the difference between that and GMK. I have a picture with my squid with GMK Tarot and PBT Tarot next to each other. You can't tell the difference. It's just thicker legends.
Damn.
Wow.
Send me that picture.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'll do it right now.
So and did they share any like expected dates or anything on those, or was it just like, hey, here's a little piece of candy?
They were gonna have them at the event, but they're stuck on a shipping container in California.
Oh.
So they expect for it to be in stock within the next few weeks.
Oh wow.
Dude.
Yeah, in stock, and their other sets, PBT Sand, PBT Stone, all expected to coming out in the next few weeks.
Wow.
So
they said
the one on the TKL is the PBT, right?
Yep.
See, I had to. Damn.
You had to take a second to look at it.
I had to be like, I was like, oh, there's what?
Dude. In Jedi Junior, I will send Chewie the picture too, and maybe he can share it.
Yeah, send it to Eric.
I'll send it to Eric.
So
okay.
he can pull it up.
Mm-hmm.
What was I to say? We thought the entire time that was GMK on that board, and then somebody won the set with a NK87, and it was in a different box, and that's when we figured out it was PBT.
Oh wow.
Damn.
We went through the whole event thinking it was a GMK set.
Wow.
Respect.
Yeah, it's that good.
That could be a huge game changer.
Absolutely.
Because if it's that good, then one, are they going to share their information?
Right.
Are they going to start, are we going to start getting stuff like that? But two is lead times, right? Like when are we going to see Olivia come in? And, when is NKPBT Olivia going to run? Was the aluminum, was Aluvia there?
No, it wasn't there.
Oh,
unfortunately.
That would have been cool to see.
They had a new upcoming set too, SA X-Wing. Another Star Wars set coming. And I'll share that. I have a picture of that on a 1-of-1 key cult that is now a property of Donick.
Hell yeah. X-Wing, hell yeah.
There we go.
I was about to say, I was like, I bet Jedi Junior would like that.
Here's this picture that he was talking about of the PBT. Let's see if I can get in a little bit. Zoom out a little bit. Wow. PBT and GMK. That is like visually insane, especially with the color and being able to do the saturation. I love that they even put in some novelty keys too, so you can see how crisp that is, because that's something like getting everything lined up, especially on like those novelties, is hard with this. But that's insane, man. These look awesome.
Really,
like you can see in the enter key on the PBT set, it's just slightly thicker than GMK, but that is really the only difference.
I am sure you could tell more in person than you can on this picture. In this picture, the only letter I've seen so far, I'm looking at these, is the X. Looks like it's a little bit of a thick boy, but not like that looks bad. Yeah. Like the at looks great. The percent sign is the only thing that's probably the biggest difference so far that I've seen is the percent.
The percent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The carrot's a little differently shaped.
Outside the question mark is a little bit different, but I mean, all in all, none of this, especially if you can get the price what, $80, which I'm sure 80, but anywhere between 60 and 100. Like, fuck it. And the PBT sounds good. If people like a darker sound, honestly, a lot of the time PBT might sound even better than your ABS caps.
Yeah.
Because people like that darker sound.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then this was the other one you were talking about. So what set was this on
PBT Sand?
PBT Sand.
I like that.
It's gorgeous. I mean, I want to buy it and put it on my work board because it's something I would take to the office tomorrow.
Yeah, it's really like kind of muted, but also like I like when people do not like slightly off-white legend colors, like something that's like a not quite a beige. Like I think that's kind of why I like olive so much, is because it's that kind of like ivory color. It's not quite white, but it's not quite beige. Yeah, that's really, really cool.
Yeah, super clean.
And then this third one, what was this? What's this one? Oh wow!
Ooh, that's cool.
I love what the alphas. Some of them are just slightly different colored.
I was about to say they're like, wow.
It's supposed to look like you're inside. That's good. That's good.
So good. And this key call, oh my god, it felt like touching marble. I can't describe it any other way. Like it was smooth, but it had like really good texture to it. Oh, Nick's got to take better photos when he gets it.
Complex Mind, thank you.
Wait, this is the one. This is the one that Nick won. Was this? This was like the. This was the giveaway.
The silent auction.
Oh, the silent auction. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Proceeds went to suicide prevention.
Wow.
Yeah, it is stunning.
That's why he was saying for charity. That's the oxidized raw aluminum. I'm sure looks insane.
Yeah,
when you, in person.
It's so good looking.
Does it comes with the set and everything?
Everything.
Man.
Damn, that's impressive.
Whew, I'm mad jelly. I'm mad jelly.
Yeah, Nick, post that so you can win Keyboard of the Month. So man, that's thank you for sharing these pictures. Like,
do you want to see the Vickery Bauer?
Ooh. Yes.
Yes, I will share that.
Whatever pictures you want to send, we will show off.
Do you want to see the Vickery? I'm mad at you for asking that question.
Yeah, I saw Tyson put up a pretty good album too that I was looking at yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh man. Nice little reflection of the old mug there.
This is one solid piece of stainless steel.
Damn.
Just wow.
I can't tell you how expensive that piece is.
Oh my god.
Because holy shit. Also, I love Zap's table in the back.
Yeah.
He had his desk mat that is entirely like American tattoos.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a cool one.
So cool.
It's so sick.
That's a really cool one.
The American traditional one, yeah, it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But this is this is awesome. Sorry.
Yeah, and the top is rose gold.
Oh yeah, it's that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He wouldn't let anybody touch it.
Yeah, I noticed that when I was looking through Tyson's, everything had like do not touch or touch but only with two hands and don't drop on another board.
Yeah.
Like very specific instructions of like, this is how you handle a board. So yeah. And so you said you took your squid. Did you take anything else with you?
I bought my Space 65 V1 that I recently rebuilt on FR4 with OA switches.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. And I bought some artisans, but there wasn't as many artisans as I thought there'd be.
Really?
There was like 2 or 3 big collections, and that was it.
Yeah, I guess it's one of those things too. If there's not a maker involved, it probably lowers that. Lowers the number of artisans that are there. Jacob's Mirror attended, so I'm sure he had probably his collection was there.
I think if it's the one I'm thinking of, it's actually scary how impressive that one is.
Yeah, I think he probably has a pretty nuts collection because he I don't know, has Backward Caps been doing stuff recently? I know that was his thing.
I don't think so.
I don't know if you've kept up with that one, Dave.
No, not really. My artisans come in waves. Like I enjoy them, and then I'm not like, oh, I hate them now. I think it's just a money thing. It's what I'm spending my money on.
You're enjoying them, and then your wallet is sad that you enjoy
exactly.
artisans.
So then I spend money on other things. So Mech, would you like to join us in judging some keyboards?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we are going to do some keyboard of the week. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 right now. So if you have a picture, you can go head on over to our Discord and go to the KOTW channel and post your pictures of keyboards, and we will judge them. And then at the end, we will vote on one, and we'll pick one to be the winner, and that will get submitted in the end of the month, where we do a keyboard of the month, and the winner will get immortalized as the month of October, or Spooktober, for a calendar that we are going to be selling at the end of the year.
Yeah, which we got to design the front of
soon.
Yep.
Although the front doesn't, I mean, you can just put Mechs, like, whatever. It's just going to get opened, right? It's just going to be like,
true.
Mm. You can use just the storefront.
This is a calendar. Oh, yeah.
Boom.
There
we go.
Thank you. We got it done.
There you go.
Thanks.
Well done.
Appreciate it. Yeah, just have to like.
We could put like, hey, I'm sure she could just go in there and put Mechs on that calendar.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these keyboards we've got in here. So first up, we get on the right screen so y'all can see. This is a very small keyboard. The Rama M6C Iced Archetype Boulder Zeds El Capitan Sierra Ansel. Some Rama grid caps and Boba U4Ts. It's a small boy, but it's a good boy.
It's all you need. Listen. Overwatch, WASD, spacebar, Q. What more do you need?
Dude, you know what? Fuck it. Nothing else. You just need your W key, and then you can map
exactly, and just
to everything.
Just move. Exactly.
Only W.
I love one. The picture is great. 2, we are Archetype fanboys, and 3, I didn't even know they made a polycarbonate version of this.
It was really limited. I think they only ran it once.
Yeah. I have an M6 that Dave gave me that I have not taken out of its case since I moved.
I never leaves my desk.
Really? Before that, it was just an artisan holder that never was plugged in. I think, in fact, Dave, it still has the same programming from when you gave it to me. So I feel bad because you gave it to me and I was like, I'm going to use it.
I mean, it can be a cool display piece.
But now it's like
cool artisans.
Yeah, it's like an artisan holder for me. So I need to bust it out, put it on the desk, be a nice aesthetic on the
there you go.
On the build streams. I need to get into that.
There you go.
A little bit more into the aesthetic.
Take a chapter out of Alex Odos's book of stream aesthetics.
Mm-hmm.
So next up, we've got a some DD decline. We've got the Vanagon with lots of other items on here, but we've got EPBT. Is it Wuyan Zuyan? Is that how you say that?
Yes.
And a Wild Story Queen Ghost Artisan. Another great aesthetic. Got the PS5 controller. I think that's the PS5 controller.
It is.
Yes.
It's like it's a subtle flex with the PS5 controller. I feel.
It's like, hey, I have one.
Yeah.
Unlike everyone else. But the Vanagon, again, another 40 board that I could see myself using for gaming. I could see Eric using it for gaming because it's small and it wouldn't get in the way as long as that USB is on the far left. I mean, you've got everything you need.
What about you, Mech Mauler? Have you dove into 40s at all?
I haven't. But after seeing the Equinox XL at the meetup from Apiary, kind of want one. It's so little and adorable, and I love it.
Hell yeah, dude!
It's kind of hilarious. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, dude, you got to get the Bach 40.
Yeah,
yeah, the war.
Soon to be. Whoa. That's a secret. That's a secret.
That's why I didn't say it. I didn't finish it.
There was almost a leak.
Damn. It's kind of funny to me how neither Dave or myself has ever owned a 40% keyboard, yet our community is like very strong with the 40%. It feels like 40% are like most of our community, but this is borderline mechanical head pins on the photo here from Didi, and I'm about it. I'm about the borderline mechanical head pins. So,
judge some keyboards with me.
Finn, look, you got a new
puppy.
You got a new collar.
He got that, dude. He's got that awesome new fit.
There we go.
So
Getting
what's
fancy.
up? What's up next?
Next up, this is a good one. This is a J01 Rev 1 with GMK Perestroika. Got vintage blacks from 92. Damn.
Ooh,
That's a good year.
Born.
Hey.
Same.
Hey,
nice.
all three.
Yes.
Look at that. With
we're all gonna turn 30 soon.
look at us being old men. 68 gram Magic Progressive springs and actuated about 2.2 million times each. I don't know how he figured that out.
Jesus.
But that's pretty crazy. And he said that the macro columns are with Milmax sockets to basically be a built-in switch tester, which is pretty sweet.
That's lit. Yeah. You guys are all kids. Trust me, my back doesn't feel that way. This looks amazing. This is like, oh my god, with Perestroika, it matches so beautifully. Like, Scott, I hope I can just touch this board one day, because that just looks awesome.
There was a J01 at the meetup, and it was blue.
Was it one of the new ones?
Yeah. So pretty. And I got to see Perestroika up close.
Yeah,
I need that set.
It's insane. It's
insane. Although there is a set running soon that's basically the same color, but with pink legends.
Ooh.
And it's going to be English, like standard QWERTY.
Interesting. This, Dave, this reminds me of the like Zombumon out board from the Houston meetup like 2 years ago, where everything is like matchy with
Hamon and the
Vern. That's what it is.
Verne or whatever. Vern.
Yeah, the Vern.
So next up, we've got the Q Frenzy V2 with creams, GMK laser on the mat. Looks clean. I love the like M65B, M65A vibe that this has. But obviously it's a crack down the middle, but laser all the way.
I must
What is
say,
the name of the set Mauler just talked about?
I gotta look it up. Tyson told me about it, and I saw a picture of it today on Instagram. I can't remember what it's called.
We will try and find it for you.
We will.
Static?
I'm sure it'll be running on one of the big vendors soon.
Yeah.
This picture is insanely well lit.
Yeah.
Like, this is insanely well lit.
For how dark that desk mat is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks really cool. Yeah, I like it. I like the it's a carbon fiber infused PLA case. Sweet. Down. What do you think, Mech?
Oh, I'm down for it. And I like the shadow right here on the left side. Like,
Exactly.
It just gives it a little bit more depth.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I like this a lot.
Hell yeah. So next up. What's this? What's this garbage? Dude?
Squiddo finally got his squid, dude.
Dude, what's this garbage? God,
It's like I've seen this before.
I was like, I feel like I've been around this at some point in time. Yeah, he finally got his. So yeah, this is a Squid 60 with 74 gram Holy Pandas, GMK Pulse with a Bob Gengar, and the Orca desk mat, which respect. So yeah, that's just like a super awesome board. I love it. I don't know why, but it speaks to me.
Yeah, I think he did you proud there with the switches and everything. 74 grams.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure he asked me. He's like, "What do you recommend?" I was like, 74 gram Holy Pandas.
What do you have in your squid, Mech Mauler?
Zycos.
That's even
67 gram springs.
There you go.
Damn. There we go.
There it is.
I think for the Baca polycarb, I'm going to do the Anubis switches though.
Ooh.
I think that's gonna be good.
I'm actually interested to see how they'll sound in that.
I can just bring you and I can test that very easily by just pulling your build out and slapping it in this one. I'm sure it'll be like super dark. That'll be a cool sound.
Yeah.
So next up, we've got a board that we have talked about tonight with the KBD 67 Lite with Cyberpunk switches, GMK Red Sun. I love how fucking intense these switches are, and they're being covered by like Red Samurai. It's just like kind of mellow, and you're just like, "Fuck you, pink and blue."
Yeah, absolutely. This thing, again, our like Discord for these is just like upping the photo game like crazy. Like this looks really good. You did a really good job.
You're going to Ozzy's stream.
Yeah,
where he teaches everybody what to do.
Everyone's going to hit up Ozzy. Go check out Ozzy. What's that? Just
Obsessions.
Ozzy
Ozzio Obsessions.
Ozzio Obsessions.
Yeah.
With 3 eyes.
Yes.
So yeah.
Have you messed around with a KBD 67 Lite?
I have not. There was one at the meetup though, and I got to take a look at it. It's a solid board for the price.
Yeah. That's what I've heard is like a lot of people are really down for it at the price point that it is. It's always cool to see KBD fans keeping up the banger board for the inexpensive price.
Oh, for sure.
Ooh, yeah, next up, we got a Let's Tango. We're tangoing with a brass plate, pewters, and Infinity Islander.
There it is.
This is
classic.
Interesting.
Oof. You know, I've heard the pewters. People are digging the pewter switches.
Really?
I've heard good things. I haven't tried them out myself.
I know Hellbent was asking. He was talking to me about. He's like, "Have you tried them yet? Because they're lit." And I was like, "I'll have to give them a shot."
I've been trying out the novelty tactiles, the cream tactiles lately.
Are they good? I've been meaning.
Yeah.
The other day, Eric and I were making an order for some stuff, and I was like, "Fuck! I forgot to tell him to order those cream tactiles."
They had it built on a keep at the meetup, and then that really solidified me buying more. I only bought 30 of them, but now I want to buy more.
Hell yeah!
Damn. Yeah, I need to buy those. So
yeah,
but yeah, this is really cool. I've never seen or heard of this board before. But it looks really cool. I don't know if I could use it because split ortho would be the bane of my existence for like 6 weeks.
I would pay $5 to watch you struggle to type on that.
Yeah, very true. But no, it looks really good. Really good.
Next up, we've got the Boop 65 with hippo switches. Hell yeah. 205 grade 0 with the slow springs. And we've got Cool Kids, which is a very, very cool set. Very unique set. Probably one of the most unique sets. But love the all white look to this. And I love those curved sides. That curved side looks very easy to pick up.
Yeah.
Hey, chill.
I'm gonna have to take some points off of that introduction, Dave, because it's the Boop 65 from Beep.
Oh,
you get the Boop Beep. Come on.
My apologies.
This set always hurts my eyes. I don't know why. It just.
I mean, I know why it hurts your eyes, but
yeah.
Can you relax?
I feel like if you
Chaos
have
Theory looks pretty cool, though.
If you have dyslexia, this may really fuck with your head.
That in Chaos Theory's reverse set.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's just mean.
Yeah.
But hey, if you touch type, then you don't even look down, so it's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we've got an Austin round 2 with GMK Dracula with the Egg V2. And I don't know how to say that, but there's 4 of them. What is it? Yayoi from Nightcaps?
Oh, I thought those were called the Egg Face.
I think that's like the mold, or not mold, but the colorway.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this I am partial to this board too because I built this board and it's a great board.
Yeah,
it looks good. Dracula in person is very nice.
Is it good? Yeah, I was assuming it was. I need to go over. I need to go see it because Hellbent has it, and he is a local friend.
If Omnitype had extras, I would have gone home with one. That's how much I liked it.
Hell yeah.
I think though they will, just not right now. I think maybe in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Hopefully they have enough because I honestly kind of want to get one. I feel like I've missed out on like the giant sets in the community, and that one I should probably get.
I have too many damn sets. I can't.
Yeah, you do. You have a lot more than I do.
Next up, we've got Wool's Daily Driver, the Mode 80 with Moto Light 62 gram Tangies. Moto Light looks so fun. This is a clean fucking board, clean build, and I love I can't remember the name of that TV show, but I think it's that Pumbaa. Is that his name? Poopa.
Oh, it's the Fupa.
Is it Fupa? I thought it was Poopa.
It's the Poopa.
Pupa?
It's from the show. It's the Pupa. I think it's Pupa.
Yeah.
But it's from it's like the Alien show that Rick and Morty creators made.
Yeah.
Solar Opposites, thank you. It's a fantastic show.
Yes.
So fun. Fantastic show.
It's like one of the only shows I've watched on Hulu.
Yeah, I mean, this is clean, and Moto Light I'm probably going to switch to my Crown TKO because I haven't seen my Moto Light in forever.
Hell yeah.
Plus, I got to put my Hellbent cap on it.
There you go.
Last but not least, we've got a J80. This board holds a very near and dear part in my heart because this build was such a fucking shit show of a day for me. So I built one of these. We tried to get the cable to work on like a custom cable, but it didn't work. It was wind keyless, but I accidentally soldered in the Windows keys, and when I was trying to put it together, I was like, "The fuck is this not building?" And then when I finally put it all together, I realized that I had soldered in the top 3, and he didn't want that. He wanted the badge. I was like, "God fucking damn it!" So I had to get that. All meanwhile, my wife is in the hospital because she sliced her arm open on a piece of glass. That day was just a nightmare. And that was back in the day. That was back in the side angle streams. You can probably go watch that. I'm sure that's posted. But yeah, the camera is like right here, looking down instead of top down.
That was the short period of time that you were like, I'm going to have a second setup just for builds.
It was great until it wasn't, until it was annoying.
Yeah, exactly. But this board does look good. It's very classy looking, very classic styling. Also, lots of relegendables. What are your thoughts on this one, Mech Mauler?
I like it. I think the relegendables are super clean. Like if you just want to put the focus on like the center of the board, is basically what they're doing. Yeah, I think they're super clean. Relegendables are making a comeback in a big way.
Yeah,
and kind of worth it. I think they're cool looking.
Yeah, they do. They look cool, and you can do some cool stuff with them, especially on a board that, like, in reality, most of the people in the hobby are accustomed to not using most of these keys, so you can make them do other things, which is nice.
Yep. There it is.
Squid, I think GMK Handerbage is running relegendables for the set.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So Mech, we'll give you the first choice. We're gonna have 3 tonight since we do have 3 people, and we have a lot of fucking pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll give you first pick.
I gotta go with the JO1 with GMK Perestroika.
Yeah, I mean that was gonna be mine.
It hits me. It hits so good.
All right, JO1 with GMK Perestroika. Dave, what about you?
Hold on. What do I want? Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Mode 80 with Moto Light.
Oh, there you go.
I would love to pick the Squid 60. I really would.
Where is it?
But I'm just a bit impartial. It's the second to last one.
All right. And then I'm going to go with the boop from Beep.
The boop from Beep. There it is.
These other ones out of here, so I don't get confused as to which one's
All right.
which.
So we've got it's going to be we'll do 3 minutes on the clock starting now. You got a choice between the boop from Beep's Boop 65 with Cool Kids on the screen right now. We will also have the JO1 with Perestroika you can vote for, as well as the Mode 80 with GMK Modern Dolce Light. Those are your options. I want to give a quick shout out to our awesome sponsors. We have, excuse me, OmniType. You can go to mechsondeck.omnitype.com. GMK DMG Round 3 running right now. Go check it out. As well as GMK Classicer. That's a fun name to say. But a very cool little kind of beigey set. So if you like those kind of sets, go check that out. Next up, we've got mechsondeck.project.link DMK. That's my initials, by the way. GMK Modern Ink. I'm just saying my initials, apparently. GMK Modern Ink is running right now over there, so go check that out. Cannon Keys. They've got GMK Soya Milk, GMK Rudy Round 2. They've got lots of PBT sets in stock, including the Grayscale, which is a fucking baller set. So go check that out. They've also got Anubis switches. We all highly recommend them. And then, of course, we have Kinetic Labs. Go to kineticlabs.store/mechs on deck. Polycap's Corn in stock right now. I know the Octopus and Whale are also some good options at the keycap sets. And they've also got the Hippo switches that I highly recommend. So go check that out. Eric, if you don't mind running us through, because my mouth is getting quite dry from this goddamn cold.
Yeah, I got it. Don't die on me. I need you. So shout out to our partners, Zap Cables. Head on over to zapcables.com. The Bumper Round 2 is up and going. You can get a pre-order on that. Yeah, it's a pretty cool board, and it comes with copper flippers, which is pretty cool. Looks pretty freaking fancy. And then next up, you go to Type Beast. Go to typebea.st. Sign up for their newsletter. Release them every now and then. Stay up to date with what's happening in the community. And then we've got Smith and Rune. Go to smithrune.com. Check out information about the Iron 165, the Iron 180, as well as join their Discord, because Iron 180s are shipping, which means that extras are not too far around the corner. And if you want to get in on those, definitely want to be in their Discord for that. And then last but not least, we've got 3D Keebs. You can use code KeebNoob, save you a little bit of money, support a fellow creator, and our dear mod. So go over there, look at everything they've got, because they got a lot of stuff. And buy something and use their code. Use KeebNoob.
Oh yeah. JO1 Perestroika, not surprising. I mean, that board is so good. So fucking good. So Mech, thank you very much for coming on. What do you got coming up soon?
A Vega, if that eventually ships. The Baka Polycarb will be coming up
soon. I hope.
Yeah, soon.
I hope it comes soon.
And then in the far future, a Hubble 65, 2 TGR boards.
Ooh.
So yeah, couple fun stuff coming up in the next couple months.
Damn, you're getting a little hype with it.
Little bit.
Look at this hype beast.
Oh yeah,
hype beast. All he cares about is I'm kidding. No, Mech Mauler, thank you guys. Please go give him a follow. I almost just typed. You got it, because I can't type the word. Yeah, thank you. Go give him a follow. Twitch.tv/MechMauler. Follow him on Instagram, Mech. If you want to put your Instagram in the chat, please do. As I did not add it earlier, he does have some great Instagram stories that he shares. I enjoy following him on Instagram, probably more than 99% of the other people that I follow. So thank you for that. Thanks for the content. So we are going to send it over to Lightning.
Ooh.
So Lightning Keyboards, he's building the keycore right now. So go check that out, guys. And this weekend, I need to just This week's schedule didn't go up because there was a lot of stuff up in the air. I am building something. It is either a key colt or a Hive 60 or a JL1. I don't know what.
You're building something, but
something. We got options. There's some stuff is happening. I just have to talk to Langlandia, who has my key colt. I don't know if he shipped it. We'll find out. There will be a build by me at noon Saturday. I will update you when I figure out what build it will be.
All right. Sounds good. But with that, we're closing up shop. We'll see you again. Thank you again, Mech Mauler. Appreciate coming on short notice. And we'll see y'all on Saturday. Y'all have a great rest of the night. Bye-bye.
Later.